on today, boys? Do you want the Scouser? You want Colin, eh? You want Colin? How's it,
Who's got
GTI, yeah?
Yeah,
The both are loving it.
Yo, you don't think about First of all, I need to take you guys back to a time. The year's 2007.
That's a corner, eh?
It was. In the year's 2007,
Yes.
I've got a Golf 5 GTI. YSJ 816 GP. Wherever you are, I hope you're well loved.
Also, I hope whoever you are, don't get killed now because we just given someone your number plate. Someone said, what? Oh my gosh, that's my car.
Anyway, for me, growing up with VWs in the house because my grandfather worked, you don't know, anyway.
How do I not know? It's my own grandfather as well.
Yes, our grandfather worked for AECI, so he used to get VW company cars. So he had like a Golf 1 with the gear knob. Like I remember that car. Then he had a Jetta 2 CLI, which is the GTI version of the Jetta. Yeah. And VWs have been like, and so when I was like an irresponsible 21-year-old, right, taking my little brother to school in a GTI with very, very, very limited funds, but the funds went far because I had no expenses. I was having a ball of a time. This is how I lived. It was GTI like this guy knew, right? There was the days where I still lived at home. I'd come back at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. My parents eventually was like, 12 o'clock, you need to be back home here.
Yes,
I don't care. You
There's
live in
the
my house,
twisted
12 o'clock.
A whole thing.
Here I was with the Golf 5 GTI having to come back home at 12 o'clock. Cisco could hear me down the block, subs, 212 in subs, pumping.
I'll never forget, I must actually say, my earliest memory of a GTI, well, funny enough, was a Golf 2 GTI, but that's going way back.
Way back.
Because we used to have
Hurlingham days?
Yes, we used to have a Golf 2 GTI in the house. Yes. But the whole point of this...
Look at it!
Turns in lovely, eh?
It makes you into a child.
Do you know what it is?
More than 180 kilowatts.
100%.
No,
Sam
you
and
don't.
I were busy talking about the fact that Golf 5 GTI is arguably the best GTI ever made.
So
Everyone's
in my opinion.
You've got a story in that car, so
Yeah.
have I.
Yes, but yours is a very terrible story, which I don't think you want to say in camera. Because this guy wasn't going to be here, bro.
What?
First of all, it's the 25th of August, right?
Yeah.
2020. 3 years ago, we were sitting in a thing like this. We were doing the Evo Triangle. Did these guys did you see the footage? Did you guys see us in the Evo Triangle? Nothing. Zip, zilch.
Wait. So, okay, Sam, what's Sam's story?
Your mom told me the story, literally almost to the day 3 years ago.
Wow.
Listen to the story.
Golf 5 GTI.
Yeah.
I'm in the back and sitting behind my mum, and Dan, who's Dan, I don't know how old I was, maybe 7.
Dad who drives now a
Golf
8R of this.
I think you'll still find some Golf 5 GTI metal in our bodies.
Oh my word.
So I'm a little dickhead. I was a proper dickhead, and I was trying to make my brother laugh, so I was throwing this teddy around the car.
Yeah.
And I threw it over my mum's shoulder, went under the pedal.
What?
She leaned down to get it, swerved. This is on a highway, bro. 70, 80 miles an hour. Next thing he says, bah, bah,
You
bah,
joking?
bah. Pinballing between barriers.
Yeah.
Thing was spinning, wild, and we were all.
Did you guys get hurt?
No, we were fine. 100%.
But can I tell you this?
Wow.
Can I tell you this? Sarah's telling me this, right? In roads half this thin, driving a GLS 500 like this, like this, sending it. And I'm like, you're talking about an accident. Sarah's like, yeah, but my boys were fine. She's sending this car, and she's this small, sending this car. I'm sitting here grabbing all my gosh.
But you know, a car like a pinball between barriers.
That is insane. No, that's
Bah,
crazy.
bah, bah.
But that just goes to go the safety of a Golf GTI.
Still here.
But that's the
Round
thing.
eight,
I'm
round
glad
eight.
we all have a 5 GTI story, because that was the Golf that everybody loved, probably the most, because it came with DSG technology. It was a newer type of Golf.
It was the first car.
Yes.
Because I remember
That's
first
how
time,
it pa. Yes.
And I thought, hang on a second.
It started with a Golf 5
Did this car
GTI.
just pop
Yes.
on gear shift?
Yes. I remember I was in school at the time.
Yes.
But the whole thing is, you've got a lot of shoes, you've got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
If that is your older brother. So tell us.
Oh, no,
Yes,
guys.
we've been talking a lot about the 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think of the 8?
How does this live up to the Golf 5 GTI? Look, those are goosebumps. Just in case you
That
guys
normally
are
only happens when I
It's
rub
not
my
the fact that he's just ashy. It's not that he's just ashy. He's got goosebumps.
I love these vehicles.
Yeah.
I absolutely love these vehicles. And it's just, they are just perfect.
Yeah.
They're the perfect runaround. They're the perfect size.
Balance.
You can throw them Thank you.
Balance.
I've read a lot of articles that are. It's like complaining about the nitty gritty. Oh, it's a bit heavier. The notes is 100 times the same. Oh, the buttons are a bit plastic. Like, guys, chill out. You need to look at this car for what it is for.
Yes, it represents success. In South Africa, when you drive a GTI, it means I'm successful. And that's why in South Africa at the moment, you can only get a Golf GTI. You can't get a TSI, you can't get whatever, you can get only a GTI. And for me, what I like about this car, I don't care what the 0 to 100 time of this car is.
You don't.
Because
you end up not
it's got enough power,
Yes.
but you can drive it every day. And the tech here, oh no. And she's still got legs, eh? Look at that.
GTI.
It's got so much mid-range grunt. That's what it doesn't blow your hair back, but it's got so much mid-end engine like.
One of my biggest worries was actually after being in a club sport and a TCR.
Because we need to give context to that you've got a club sport to compare that with.
This car's going to feel underpowered. The club sport is such a good car, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel underpowered at all.
You guys are going to tell me when you want to drive.
It's a very refined machine.
I can drive until we need more fuel.
I've given the socks off this thing for 2 days, so I'll actually play passenger.
I'll stop with you and then we'll do.
Before we round off, let's make a U-turn. But I'll round off in saying it feels like me. It feels a bit more grown up. It still wants to have a little bit of fun, but it knows that it's a responsible hatchback, and that's why it's not trying to set records. It's not. That's one thing I do not like.
Oh, the gear shift.
I do not like it. Because of COVID, Sam was invited to this launch, and Sam kindly asked.
Sam Dallet.
Sam Dallet, as he says. But kindly asked the people at VW, can we do a first impressions video? And that's what this is. So literally 5 minutes ago was the first time that I drove this vehicle, and I absolutely love it. The one thing that I do not like though, it looks very complicated to use. This actually has bad memories because I remember sitting in the back and listening to it. Oh my gosh, I'm so nice while someone else is driving. Because I was not in a state to drive. And I was like, so this reminds me of that. Oh no. What a car.
So
the biggest thing, the tech, right?
So the tech. So if it can cause extreme frustration.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you haven't spent a bit of time.
Yeah.
So
I think because that's what I did. Completely new to what any VW owner would know.
There's no physical buttons. It's all touch buttons, and a lot of stuff is done through the main central display. So I've kind of given my own names to some of these things. So I call this the hotkeys. I don't know what they call it, because it's you can get to your climate, which is very important.
Sorry, did you hear the pops and bangs of the exhaust?
But I do think I would have liked a bit more sound in the inside.
Yes.
But also it's a new car, so maybe it'll open up a little bit.
But also so refined, you know? That's the thing. It's refined, it's older, because guys like me who bought these things with all their money a long time ago are now have kids, so you want something that's quiet.
And if you want to load it, you downpipe. So it's easy fix. So as I was saying, so you've got your climate, and then you've got your smart climate, air care, all these fancy things. I mean, Richard, you'll like this. In the morning, you go to smart climate, and you click warm up my hands, warm my feet.
That's brilliant,
And heated steering wheel.
Cool my feet.
Heated steering wheel, it's standard. So that's cool. So it's very techy, and it takes a day or two to get used to it. But
it's a very smart GTI. I think it's probably the smartest GTI yet. Right? I like the fact
there's a speed humps there.
And then obviously the other important one is mode. Eco, comfort, sport, individual, and then assist.
We're currently in sport now, guys. And how's your bums feeling?
Incredible.
How's your bum feeling?
Incredible.
Sport mode.
Incredible.
That's, I don't know.
But you know, for me, this car, you want to drive it fast, but you also don't want to drive it fast. You can live with it because you want to drive it however you're driving it, you're enjoying it. It's softly sprung, it's still firm, but there's still, it doesn't make sense. It's softly sprung, it's still firm, but still, you get what I'm saying? It's not too hard. Yeah, it's not too hard, it's not too soft. And for the power that you need for day-to-day driving, what more do you need?
You actually said it perfectly. This car is very well balanced.
Yes, it's a balanced vehicle.
It's a very I love the tech. It's very complicated because obviously I need to spend some time, but I love the fact that you can charge your phone and have another phone on top of it. You know, it's small things that people have thought about. You've thought about because now we all carry, because everyone, oh, my smartphone is this big. We all carry our bricks with us, and they need to go somewhere. So now you've got two little hidey holes. You've got charging ports here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, you got two charging ports here.
USBCs here as well.
USBCs.
So it's a much smarter car. It feels like a family car that is a hot hatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what the best thing about it is?
Got space.
What's the price?
Oh yeah.
669 300. You know, because of that, I mean, the 300's too much. Yeah, the 300 bucks.
It's what?
It's the
It wasn't
300
for
bucks,
300 grand there.
669, I'm in, but 669 300. That was my tank of fuel. I asked for 669. Sorry, it's too much.
But it's so funny. It's so refreshing to see a reasonably priced car. Some might still say it's quite expensive, but when one series can cost you 800,000 rand, and not even for an M135, just a one whatever with spec.
On that car, please.
And we'll talk about the 128 Ti because obviously that's the biggest competition of this car. I think the best thing we're going to do, because this is our first impressions test, we're just going to talk about this car and what we like. But we will do a drag race.
Oh,
of course, going to be very interesting.
And what also now, obviously, you will never pay 669 300 because you're going to add on. I mean, the Discover Navigation Pro is a little bit extra. Harman Kardon sound system is extra, but only 11,900 bucks.
So what would you say would be probably 750 is where you're going to be sitting at? But you've got everything now.
You gotta lick a car for 750.
You can see this man is half English, half South African.
But pull over. I want to drive and I want to tell you why I wouldn't buy this car.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
You know, like, I don't mind all of these digital things.
Yeah.
But what I hate
Are we still recording? Yes, we are.
in any of these cars that do the digital stuff is I just want a sound knob. I just want to look and go, feel up, down. This is cool, but you got to slide. I mean, it works, but you can't beat a sound knob. Make everything digital, just put a sound knob.
No. Two things: sound knob and keys.
Keys.
It makes me so angry.
There's no place.
There's no place to put wrong keys.
That is wrong brand.
The wrong brand. There's no place to put these keys. Like, why can't?
Speaking of that key, once you got that key, just hold the key.
Oh, it's lovely, yeah.
How nice is that key?
It's lovely. Look
How
at
nice
that.
is that key?
Oh, look at
They've
this.
changed it because VW.
But there's no place to put it.
It's not really. I mean, it fits there, but it doesn't really fit there. You know what I mean?
See, this is not a complaint for VW South Africa because they just sell the car. This is a complaint for VW Germany.
That's how Rich is like, I want to make sure I drive other VWs. It's not for VW SA.
Yeah.
Just
I'm not happy. I'm happy. Just give us a space where you put this and it doesn't go missing. Because do you know why? Do you know what frustrates me? And it's happened so many times with me and this clown. We share cars, right? I drive. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me drive your car for the evening. He says, cool. I'll drive your car. He's got his keys in his pocket. We're in his car, right? He jumps out. I am at his house. Cheers, Cisco. Laka. Fist bump. Cheers, Laka. Cheers. We leave. I get to the robot and I watch it. No, not to the robot. I get to oh, cool. Let me buy ice cream because it's now James Bond night.
This happened.
This has happened.
But
on
more than one occasion.
Yes, I get to the garage.
To the house
I get no. I get to a garage and I stop and I go, oh, here's the keys. It's not here. My car's not there because my car's at home, right? Cisco doesn't have a car because I've dropped him off, and I have to Uber the key.
That's crazy.
You joking?
A place for the key,
please.
please.
You know, sometimes you just get back home and your car's parked in, so you'll park my car randomly, and then
You guys back out to repark it.
Because like you come in and you're like, oh, I need to pee. You just park it randomly. You come in, you go in. Oh, I'm relieved. You come back. The car's now blocked the driveway. You have got no car.
Yep.
Keys.
Oh.
That was my little rant and rave.
So Sam, you left us on a bit of a cliffhanger there.
Yes. Why wouldn't you buy this car?
Let's get out of this shenanigans here.
Shenanigans.
So the reason why I wouldn't buy this car, and it's not because there's a club sport in the motorist family or anything like that. It's nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I think this car is fantastic. I love it. I've been driving it around for 2 days.
I think I know what
taking
you're
it
going to say.
everywhere. I love the infotainment system. I love all the modern tech.
Yes.
Wireless Apple CarPlay. It's great. Love it.
Yes.
But the reason why I will not buy a Golf 8 GTI is because I would buy a Golf 8 R. Because
I knew it.
This car is so good, but with the four-wheel drive system and with that 235 kilowatt
a little bit extra power
turbo engine,
This car is going to
that car will be the everyday dream. And it will be the everyday
And
dream.
you have traction all the time.
All the time.
All the time. It's like a all-weather purpose, all sorts, everything.
You would still pick this for the mountain pass fun. You get that little bit of lift off oversteer.
And for the cost effectiveness of it. Well, yeah. I mean, it's so weird when you think about a car that's going to be under 700,000 rand, and you like the cost effectiveness of it. But
what you get.
I remember the fight that we had on the other Golf because Cisco couldn't understand what we were talking about. We were talking about pricing. It's like, no! This is like, no!
The BACA segment! It's not the same, guys. Call the Year Awards, it's not in the same segment, eh? They wouldn't do it, eh? Asya. I talked Colin about this, eh? Asya, he was butting out, eh? Asya. Smashed.
He was livid.
He was livid, eh? Asya, he lost it. He called his mum, eh? His mum went, how's it? And he just lost it.
That's it with the burger. This is why we need a script. We need a script because you guys are going off topic.
Sorry, there's a speed.
Sorry, my bad. That's a speed
Just
bump
need to take a breath. We're all getting
Have you
very
been
excited.
sweating in the back here? I'll tell you that. It is very comfortable in the back here. You could easily do a nice long road trip.
Ah,
with
easy.
this. And
Guys, that's the thing.
sweating.
We've got small nitty-gritty things because we've lived with these cars for so long. But the fact of the matter is, the Golf GTI is... I saw that as well.
Because running straight to Afghanistan.
No, he's boring.
Yeah.
You could
The one thing that I must give the GTI has always been able to put its power down properly.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem with these modern front-wheel drive cars, that no one makes a front-wheel drive version of a powerful vehicle like VW can, because it's, you know, you get to a point where cars are now spilling power, they are torque steering, whereas this is still, it's that way.
Yes.
Brakes, there
I'm
you
just
go.
going to do the space
Because-
shuttle menu to turn the EC off.
Because that's the one
Confirm.
thing I found with the competitor of this car. There's a lot of torque steer. Good car, but we'll talk about that
You done?
afterwards.
Yeah, go boy.
You see, GTIs make you stupid.
Oh, no.
GTIs make you stupid. There's a hump.
And the brakes are good, eh?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
brakes
the
are
brakes
very
are very good.
Great under braking. You won't smash a horse.
Brakes
or
are
anything
very
like
good.
that.
It would have been actually nice to get the outcar of that.
No,
So now
please,
we've had a
man.
bit of fun. It's lovely. We hit that little hotkey mode button here.
you go back to
GM
comfort.
Sam the motorist. Go to comfort. Hit the left.
Bob's
Play
on.
some Vossi pop, and off we go.
Some what? Play some what?
Some Vossi pop.
Bossy
Woo!
Bob.
Guys, hit me with some aircon there because I
Yeah,
am
no, it's gack.
dying.
Okay,
Oh man.
You said hit you, dude.
if you hit Clash, this is a banger. You know Stormzy, eh? Didn't you meet him? It's like your Spain thing. This thing will never die.
Exactly that. Oh no.
Harman Kardon's good.
Yeah, I know. It's a
What is this?
GTI.
What do they have on this?
Harman Kardon.
Jordan 4s or Jordan 1s, Rolexes got more than one. My AP costs 31 millimeters, 41.
Let's go back to the UK,
Stick,
boys.
hit up with a stick,
Let's go back to
stick
the
to the
UK.
shorter
Driving
one.
all night, oh.
You can't short me one. In the club with the shortest one. Lighty, the shortest one.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. A little bit of hate here, a little bit of hate will come back even fire. Yeah? You light us up. We'll show you your mother.
We're not afraid of the
We'll
guys.
show you your mother. Like
Yeah,
this. Skip papa.
And on that note,
And on that note,
bye bye.